Gene, that's an important distinction to make here. This trial included several charges that carry their own sentences. Among them, second-degree assault, falsifying physical evidence, and abuse of a corpse. Just before his trial began in February of 2024, Montgomery acknowledged his guilt to falsifying physical evidence and abuse of a corpse. He was sentenced 3.5 to 7 years on the evidence charge. The abuse of a corpse sentence was 12 months suspended. Now, he was convicted of second-degree assault along with the murder conviction. That assault sentence is for 4 to 8 years. When it comes to the murder case, here is how the state could move forward.
Under Supreme Court rules, there is an opportunity for the state to file what's called a motion to reconsider, where they would have to point to specific points of law and argue that the Supreme Court got those things wrong. Frankly, those motions don't often have a high chance of success, but it is something that I'm sure the Attorney General's office will assess and evaluate. If they try to file a motion to reconsider and it fails, or if they just decide not to go that route, then the other option would be deciding whether or not they want to retry Adam Montgomery for the second-degree murder charge.
Now, the sentences from his murder trial will not begin until after he serves time in a weapons case. A year before the murder trial, Montgomery was convicted in a weapons trial. He was sentenced to at least 32.5 years in prison on charges including being an armed career criminal. During the sentencing hearing in this case, Montgomery insisted he did not kill his daughter Harmony. Montgomery is serving the sentences on those weapons convictions before, again, the sentences from that case in 2024. Gene?
All right, thanks, Tom. And Montgomery's defense attorney just released a statement to News 9, and we are quoting here, "The court's decision addresses important aspects of a fair trial. Justice is only served when we provide a person accused of a crime a fair and just trial. A trial that is not conducted with those principles in mind does not do justice to persons accused of a crime or people who are victims of crimes." You can keep track of the latest developments. You can tune in right here on air or head to our website, WMUR.com, or our free app. WMUR also produced a documentary on this case. You can watch that, Lost Innocence, the tragedy of Harmony Montgomery, right now on Very Local.